What is the most beautiful song you have ever heard? The Breaking of the Fellowship. I suffer from severe migraines and for some unknown reason this piece always helps with the pain. Removed. Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers. Rainbow Connection, Kermit the Frog. Hop Pala by Sigur Ars, Your Hand in Mine by Explosions in the Sky. As the World Falls Down, David Bowie. The small music video that it has in Jim Henson's Labyrinth adds to the beauty of it. A Case of You by Joni Mitchell might be it for me. But it has a lot of associations for me personally. Her entire album Blue really. Just magic. Harvest Moon by Neil Young would also be in the running for me. I believe Something written by George Harrison is the most perfect love song ever written. Imagine my surprise during the Get Back film when he brings an early version to John that goes, "There's something in the way she moves, attracts me like a cauliflower." This must be the place, the Talking Heads. I don't know if it's technically beautiful, but something about this song just gets me, right in my heart. It just feels like how I want love to feel. Avril 14th. That or maybe some Bach cello tunes. The Blower's Daughter, Damien Rice. God, I haven't thought about it in years either. Chopin's Nocturne in E-flat major, Op. 9 No. 2. People who have been incorrectly accused of cheating, what was your partner's proof? She cheated on me and decided that means I must clearly also be cheating. I was deep into an online game and my wife came to me with a bra that definitely wasn't hers. She stood by the door and loudly said, "Whose are these?" I took what she said as an innocent question, rather than an investigation. I quickly looked over and said, "Fuck if I know," and went back to my game. She quickly realized that if I had cheated, and she found proof, I would have had a deer in headlights look for a second. It was her sister's bra that somehow go into our laundry. We laugh about it to this day. Deleted. Her proof was that I was friends with a woman in the same area on Facebook. I did volunteer work at the local hospital, I was friends with a lot of the hospital staff on Facebook. Her accusation came very shortly after my brother caught her on a date with another guy. A pair of my wife's panties fell out from the leg hole of my pants while I was driving to work. I grab them and shove them in the driver's side door pocket and promptly forget about them. Several weeks later we are cleaning out our cars together and she finds them and is like, "WTF?" She doesn't recognize them as her own. Finally remembers after I scroll through several thousand of my pictures to find a pic of her actually wearing them. Also another one, my brother texted me, asking me if I was working tonight. X decided I just changed the name in my phone to my brother name, but it wasn't really my brother because why would my brother ask that? Well, my GF was huge on projecting. It wasn't proof and she didn't directly accuse me of cheating, but it was insinuated. After doing laundry she noticed she didn't see one of my nice pairs of black boxers. Pretty much her argument / verge of tears was because can't find them equals they must be at another girl's house. And she was dead serious. Anyways, they were just behind the laundry hamper. For the time being. After we broke up I found out she was fucking her boss. So, projection is real, folks. Apparently the online support group for my father's brain tumor was a chat room for casual hookups. Edit. Dad had the tumor. X had the insane jealousy. Dad didn't survive glioblastoma. Fortunately that was long enough ago to roll my eyes at some of these comments. Chuck Palahniuk is an amazing writer. But may your life never bear a slight resemblance to one of his plots. X has long since been vamoosed. She found a necklace in my bed and I didn't know how it got there. Turned out to be her necklace that she had lost and didn't recognize in the dark. She saw the names of my female family members in my contacts. She freaked out and angrily asked who my stepmother was, my stepsisters, my cousins, my auntie. It lasted about 2 minutes. She started to realize she was being an idiot, and I realized I didn't like her anymore. She heard a woman in the room laughing through the phone when she called me to accuse me of being out with another woman. Turns out there are other people in the world and when you're out in public you just may encounter them. She knew that if I drove exactly the speed limit and hit every light that it would take me 12 minutes to get home after work. The one time I showed up in 14 minutes was all the proof she needed. I had a woman's phone saved in my contacts, it was my son's pediatrician. A photo of me with 2 gorgeous girls. Yes, I have 2 gorgeous sisters. A bra in my flat, yes, it was her own bra which she had forgotten. I think this was on purpose, she was fishing for a reaction to the accusation. And so many more. End number X200B. Edit. Reading the other comments made me remember about the time she made a big scene because she found nail polish in my toolbox. It was black. I have always had black cars and motorcycles. I use nail polish to fix small scratches. I got a happy birthday text from a guy. It was my brother-in-law. I have poor handwriting. I was running a business and someone suggested I contact Till about some sales. I wrote Till down in my phone book. It was long ago when people used personal phone books. I come home months later to the question, who's Jill? I don't know anyone named Jill. I am stumped. After a few rounds of who? Hey? Why, my girlfriend shows me the entry in my handwriting. It takes me a while to place the name. I explain that it isn't Jill but Till, a man. That was the end of it, but I never got over her looking through my personal phone book for revealing entries. In the end, we split 2 weeks before we were to get married. Till never did buy anything from me. Anti-bucket list. What's something you'll never do again? Rent a car while visiting NYC. Assume that every CO worker is a friend. Edit. This is the most upvoted and awarded thing I ever posted on Reddit. Thank you all. I guess we were all burned by our optimism with befriending co-workers at some point. I hope you're all surrounded by much better people now. Settling for a relationship knowing you are not really happy. Never again. I was a server for 5 years. It was fun most of the time, but God almighty, the worst customers could drive a person to murder. Go to Times Square for New Year's Eve, looks great on TV, not great in person unless you pay to get in the walled-off area. Swim in the sea at night whilst drunk. Nearly drowned. Go to Disney World's Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day. Shoulder-to-shoulder people, insane lines, and nothing special I couldn't see earlier in the month. Now I always pee before cutting jalapeno peppers. The other way around, never again. Edit. Just to add, this was for a meal prep with my housemate. I ran upstairs and immediately took a shower, cold, during which I focused a lot of cold water on little Ed. Note, cold water on a jalapeno accosted little Ed offered only a brief respite. It was a bad time. Upon returning to food prep, she asked me if I had a date later, prompting the shower. Sadly I did not, but we whipped up a kick-ass chili that we enjoyed for the rest of the week, and had a good laugh at my misfortunate encounter. Childbirth and the postpartum period. Love my daughter to death. One and done. I refuse to ever do retail again. People are literally such assholes and don't realize you're trying to help them and still get their job done. Getting attached too quickly to someone that wanted me first. Getting played by someone like that is a different kind of pain. If you lost interest, make it more obvious. Geez. Pulling an all-nighter. Age is catching up on me. Binge drink. I used to go on benders for a week or two. Now I barely ever drink. 3.5-hour jungle hike with almost no water and wearing only a bathing suit and water shoes. I didn't do this by choice but was more or less forced into it and it sucked. Stay at a job I'm unhappy at. Edit. Thanks for all the awards.